Hey gang, it's been over 5 years since I did a demo week on my blog. Some on video, a lot in text. And so, I don't necessarily like my, blog and vlogs to be sort of like, oh, kind of look at these things you can't have. Usually what I like about my blog is to sort of find rare, underappreciated records and stuff that you can seek out on your own if you like it. But sometimes there's something kind of cool and special about being able to hear about music that just nobody's ever heard, ever, never came out, probably never will come out. And so I thought, time to bring back Demo Week. So this is Demo Week 2. Like the last one, it's going to be a mix of both text and video. So yes, for some of the entries you're going to have to read. Some others, like this one, obviously, is going to be video, so you can actually listen along. I try to pick at the ones that you're going to want to hear the most to be the ones that do the video clips of, so you can actually hear them. So yada, yada, yada. You don't actually need me to explain to you the concept of Demo Week. Demo Week is Demo Week. We're going to listen to some demos. One thing I will promise is not going to be any of the kind of stuff that you've already seen on like the Complex 50 demos and all those things that have been, posted online and reposted online and reposted online over and over again. Some of them on bootleg, wax, all that. All these are demos that, to my knowledge, and I'm pretty certain, have never been heard anywhere else before. So we're going to start off right off the bat with this one right here. This is Isis, aka Lin Que, but this is back in the days when she was Isis, an affiliate of the X Clan, sort of like how Capadonna or Killer Priest would be sort of affiliate members of the Wu-Tang Clan. That's sort of how Isis was to the X Clan. X Clan was basically the four-man group, but then they had the larger extended Black Watch family, which was a whole lot of artists, often based on who was managed by Professor X, aka Labumba. But there is certainly artists, not necessarily even whether or not they were managed by Professor X, although I think they all were, but regardless, who were definitely more in the X-Clan family than some others. Like Stexasonic were technically part of Black Watch, YZ was part of Black Watch, but Isis, Queen Mother Rage, Unique and Dashin, those guys were really hardcore X-Clan Black Watch members. I mean, they had songs about it on their album, they had Professor X hosting a lot of the songs on their album. These guys were really, they were on the X-Clan albums or the Professor X albums, so they were really, pretty close. Isis had a lot of those guys on her first album and all that. And so it's interesting now because this comes right in that period after her first album. Usually demos, of course, are when they're unsigned, unheard of, new artists. This is actually in between albums. Or when you do hear of like a demo in between albums, it's usually because eBay's sellers and stuff like that are deliberately kind of calling promo cassettes demo cassettes. But in this case, this is a legit demo by an unsigned artist because her time at her first label was up. She was dropped from the label, just like X Clan, Professor X. They were all on the same label, and they all left together, and they went to Polydor. Except Isis never came out on Polydor like X Clan and Professor X did. And if you look at the tape right here, you'll notice today Isis to Polydor. Now, why would somebody who's signed to Polydor need a demo? Well, I think the fact that no Polydor album ever came out turned out to be the answer to that question. So you're sort of wondering at the time, well, what happened to Isis and Queen Mother Rage? And the fact that they never had albums and all that made you wonder more. And this song turns out to be even a deeper. It is a single song demo, by the way. It's just a one song by Isis, but this song is all about her split from X Clan and tells the whole story. So it's already a great demo. You're going to hear it. I mean, it is a great track. She kills it. Instrumentally is dope. It's really cool. There's a no hook kind of thing, but just some really tight samples. It's a great track. I really would have loved an album from this era because I think it's stronger than the first Isis album and even stronger than the later Lin Que stuff when she came back on like Rough House. Like if her whole album could have been like this, she would have killed it. In fact, this song would have been awesome as a single and even a video. But certainly, in addition to all that, then there's also kind of the drama of her kind of split or not split with X-Clan, and how she says she's not really dissing them, but then maybe she sort of is when you listen to the song. Now you will notice, though, something else written here. Justice System, Dedication to Bambaataa, unsigned. A whole other act. This was actually a split demo for two groups. The only reason why I'm not particularly focusing on them is the fact that Justice System, and even this particular song, Dedication for Bambaataa, did get signed and did come out on MCA Records. There it is right there. And this 12-inch even features exclusive remixes by Diamond D and the Beatnuts. So even if you had this tape, you would definitely want to get this 12-inch single in addition to it. And they had a full-length album. They signed to MCA. They had a good deal. I mean, well, don't necessarily say they had a good deal. They only had one album and that kind of disappeared. But at least this came out commercially. It's fully legit. Track it down. It's worth it. It's a good song. But the Isis is the demo that remains only in demo land. And again, one of her best songs, hinting at perhaps her best possible album. I interviewed Isis a long time ago. I didn't even know about this album when I did, but I did ask her about her times on Rough House and East West Records, and she said she had an unreleased album's worth of material for both of those stints. So 2 unreleased albums. This suggests a third. I don't know if there's a full-length album here or not, although given her history, it seems like maybe there is. But either way, this song is fantastic. So it's really a shame it didn't come out. This would have killed it. And the whole thing talking about X-Clan is just some other stuff on top of that. But just on its own rights, this is a great track. So no more ado. Let's hear it. Isis, Beat Buggin', sort of almost not quite on Polydor Records. Oh, and this also came with a business card for their management, BAM, Big Arm Management, who's a management team, of course, trying to get both of these guys deals. Apparently they did about a 50-50 job.
Yo, that's her. That's her. What's up, Isis? Word on the streets, you ain't down with X-Clan no more. They be messing with you. They be messing with you, right? That's why you be always looking mean, right? Oh, you are? You be bugging? You don't be bugging. You don't be bugging. You look like you seriously get ready to beat somebody down. Like a rebel, like a rebel, like a rebel, I text. The sucker selling out without a finalist check. They keep a rebel from a rebel without the budgets in tech. They keep a city from selling to systematic service. Then I flow with keep a flowing with kaboom and coil. A sack of thunder being lightning, now a zoom to inform. The simple sensation with the mind and the heart. Imitate to duplicate the quick as I ask to rip your part, part by part. You wanna let Isis? It's all that, you be bugging black. I understand now, it's been coming. See the flowing like the Nile with the style of a god. And see a soldier up my deck to push the hope in my hardness. My soul is spirits, the ghost of my descent. The simple minds of touch can comprehend and command. The sacrifice, stupid, there's a femininity pervades this. But then a religious shades of black should not separate us. Here's a blessing with the lesson to understand the attack. You see, I'm bugging B, but still bugging black.
And it goes on. It's actually about a good solid 4 or 5 verses to it. Again, it's a really tight track. Really a shame it didn't come out because it's really dope. Who knows, in this internet age, I know Lin Que is still out there. She has an internet presence, so maybe somebody will track her down and put this out on wax like a dope folks chopped herring kind of thing. Definitely possible. Would be pretty awesome. But either way, fantastic track. So check back for day 2 of demo week 2 coming soon. Next one is going to be text. Next couple are going to be text, but we're definitely going to be back on the video tip again before the week is out. So check back for plenty more unreleased demos. We're One Runs, demo week 2. Thanks for watching.